Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel Daysi DIY. Today I'm sharing with you guys an easy Christmas DIY using items from Dollar Tree. This video is part of the Trash to Treasure DIY challenge hosted by the amazing Sonia from the Domestic Diva DIY and her co-host Sandra from the Schwowins Nest. I will leave the link of her channels below. I hope you enjoy and stay tuned to watch all the playlists. Thank you so much. The first thing we're going to need for this project is going to be this Mary sign that I got from Dollar Tree, and here's the item number if you guys need it. Also, I'm going to be using this gift wrap that I got at home. I got it on clearance last year. So I just cut a small piece of that gift wrap, and now I'm going to put my sign on the top. Once I put it, I'm just going to start tracing it with my pencil. So you guys can see, I just put my sign opposite so I can trace it this way, because once I start cutting it, I want the design to be on the top. And to cut it, I'm just going to use this small scissors that I got from Dollar Tree. And to paint it, I'm going to be using this Craftwise chalkboard paint on color ink, and I'm just using a small brush from Dollar Tree as well. So I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. So you guys can see, I start painting first the edges, and once I'm done, I'm just going to start painting the whole sign. Also, I decided to paint that sign on the back so it can have a finished look. And I just did one coat and I just let it dry. The next thing we're going to be using, it's going to be this Mod Podge that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use a small brush from Dollar Tree to put the Mod Podge. So I'm just going to do one layer of Mod Podge on the top. Once we're done, we're just going to start placing the letters that we just cut. So once I finish doing that, I just let it dry. And now I'm just going to put another layer in the top, and once I'm done, I'm just going to let it dry. I'm going to be using this sandpaper that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to start sanding the edges of the sign. And this is how it looks once you're done. The next thing we're going to be using, it's going to be this Christmas wood sign that I got from Dollar Tree, and here's the item number. I'm going to be removing this part of the sign and also the image from the top, and this is how it looks once it's completely done. And to paint it, I'm going to be using this Rust-Oleum chalkboard paint on color white that I got from Amazon. I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. So you guys can see, I'm not painting the sign all the way because I want the cardboard to show a little bit. Also, with a small brush, I decided to paint the edges so I can have a finished look. The next thing we're going to be doing, we're just going to start creating lines, and for that I'm just using my ruler. My wood board, it measures 7 inches, so every 2 inches I just start marking it with my pencil, and once I mark the lines, I just start connecting the lines, and once I'm done doing that, I'm just going to start distressing the lines with my finger. I'm going to recreate these handles that I got from Amazon, and I just want to show you guys that they're really good quality. I tried to just put these handles in the wood side. I just want to recreate it so you guys can have it 100% Dollar Tree. So for that, I'm going to be using one wooden dowel that I got from Dollar Tree. So I just cut the wooden dowel with my saw, and here's the measurements if you guys need it. The long ones, they measure 13 centimeters, and I got 2, and the small one, they measure 1.5 centimeter. So the next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to start sanding it, and for that I'm just using this sandpaper that I got from Dollar Tree as well. And to glue it, I'm just using hot glue, but if you guys want a strong hold, I would recommend you guys to use wood glue. So you guys can see I tried to reinforce these handles a little bit more, so I just put hot glue all around. Once I'm done, I'm just going to start painting it, and for that I'm just using this spray paint that I got from Walmart. The next thing I'm going to be using, it's going to be this stencil that I got from Amazon, and I'm just going to start placing it just like this. To hold it, I'm just using a small piece of painter's tape, and to paint it, I'm using the Craftwise chalkboard paint on color ink. So I just did one coat and I just let it dry a little bit, and I just removed the stencil. And once I'm done, I'm going to repeat the same step on the other side. And this is how it looks once you're done. Also, I'm going to be start distressing the arrows a little bit, and for that I'm just using this sandpaper. So you guys can see I'm just distressing a little bit, not much, because I just want the arrow to match with the wood board. And now I'm just going to start gluing the letter on the top of the sign, and for that I'm just using wood glue. Also, I just used this piece of this greenery that I had on hand. So what I did, I just painted with the paint Craftwise chalkboard paint and color ink. I just did one coat and I just let it dry. So once I'm done, I'm just gonna start gluing it on the top of the deer just like this. And for that, I'm just using hot glue. So the next thing we're gonna be using is gonna be this base fillage that I got at Dollar Tree. And I'm just gonna start placing it in the middle of the deer just like this. And to glue it, I'm just using hot glue. And this is how it looks, the handles once they're completely dry. I did 2 coats and I just let it dry completely. And once we're done, we're just going to start gluing it. And for that, I'm just going to use wood glue for a strong hold. And this is how it looks once you're done. I'm going to do the same step on the other side. I want to show you, if you guys want, you guys can use the tumbly blocks to put it on the back of the sign so it can stand your sign if you guys want to display it this way. Or you guys can use this wire that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to start creating a small hooks to put them on the side of the wood. And once I'm done, I'm just going to start using E6000 to glue it, and I'm just going to be using a little bit of hot glue so it can hold my sign. And this is how it looks our project once we're done. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about our first project? For our second project, I'm going to be using this Christmas wood sign that I got from Dollar Tree, and here is the item number if you guys need it. Also, I'm going to be using this sparkling that I got from Dollar Tree to cover the hole in the middle. So I'm just going to let it dry. And to paint it, I'm going to be using this Waverly chalk paint on color anti-wax. And I'm just using a small piece of this bat sponge that I got from Dollar Tree as well. So I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. Also, I decided to paint the edges. Also, I'm gonna be using this chalkboard pen on color white that I got from Dollar Tree. So what I did, I just started creating lines with a ruler. I didn't measure anything, I just kind of eyeball it. So with my paper towel, I just start distressing the lines. Also, I'm gonna be using this silver base that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna start putting on the sign. And to glue it, I'm just using hot glue. I'm going to use this wood stickers that I got from Dollar Tree as well, and to glue it I'm just using hot glue. Also, I'm going to be using these diamonds that I had on hand, and to glue it I'm just going to use hot glue. I'm going to be reusing this white foam that I had on hand. So what I did, I just used my X-Acto knife to create this hole in the middle. And once I'm done creating this hole in the middle, I use the tip of the hot glue gun to make the hole a little bit wide. Also, I'm going to be using one piece of the scrapbook paper that I had on hand. So what I did, I just put the piece of white foam on the top and I just measure it at the side that I want it. And once I mark it, I'm just going to cut it with my scissors. And I'm just going to do the same step to have another small pieces for the side. Once I mark it with my pencil, I just use my scissors to cut it. And to glue it, I'm just gonna use hot glue. But if you guys want, you guys can use mud Podge or another type of glue to glue it. And once I'm done, we're just gonna glue the wood Christmas on the middle. And for that, I'm just using hot glue. And this is how it looks our project once we're done. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about our second project? For our third project, I'm going to be using this shadow box that I got at home, and I got it on clearance last year. So I'm going to be using the inside part, and to paint it, I'm using the Restore chalkboard paint on color white, and to paint it, I'm just using a brush from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. Also, I decided to paint the edges. I'm going to use this Christmas ornament that I got from Dollar General, and here's the item number. Also, to paint it, I'm using the Restore chalkboard paint on color white, and I'm just going to start painting it a little bit more white. So I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. The next thing I'm going to be using is going to be this apple barrel on color red that I got from Walmart. And I'm just going to start painting the berries. And I'm just going to do one coat and I'm just going to let it dry. I'm going to start creating lines, and I'm just using one jumbo crab sticks that I got from Dollar Tree, and I just cut the edges so I can put them inside of the shadow box. So I'm just using my pencil to mark the lines, and once I'm done, I'm going to be using this color pencil on color brown, and I'm just going to start marking again the lines. And to distress the lines, I'm just using my finger. Also, I'm going to be using these stickers that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to spell the word joy, and I'm just going to put it on the middle. Also, I'm going to be using this mud Podge that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put one coat on the top so they can last a little bit longer, my letters. And to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. I'm going to be reusing this bow that I had on hand. Also, I'm going to be using this greenery that I had on hand, and I'm just going to start putting on the bottom. And to glue it, I'm just going to use hot glue. And this is how it looks our project once we're done. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about our third project? And for our last project, I'm going to be using the other side of the wood Christmas. And now we're just going to start creating lines. And for that, I'm just using a black color pencil. So I didn't measure the lines. I just start eyeballing it. And once I'm done creating the lines that I want, I'm just going to start using a small piece of paper. And I'm just going to start distressing the lines. So with the paper, I just noticed if you start distressing it a little bit more, you can remove the paint. So I kind of like it. So that's the step that I did. And also I'm going to be using this ornament that I got at home. I'm going to be using one medium craft pen that I got from Dollar General, and to glue it I'm just going to use hot glue. If you guys want a strong hold, I would recommend you guys to use wood glue. Also I'm going to be using this piece of this greenery that I had on hand, and I'm just going to glue it on the top just like this. If you guys want to just leave it the way it is, it will look really pretty too. And this is how it looks our project once we're done. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about our last project? So that was it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified every time that I upload a video. And please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much.